Thokozani bogogo nomkhulu, thokozani. Salwa sento lesogogo bathini bathu mavula kuvala emzini amadoda. Auntie Usha, your number one locksmith. Today we are talking about ukuthwala ngendlozi. Using ancestors to induce your luck. Many people have been wanting me to discuss this for the longest of time, and intentionally I've been avoiding to talk about this thing because it has its lows and ups, and it's a very sensitive issue to be honest with you, for various reasons, and for a common or obvious reasons. One, finding a family struggling. You are one big family, but indlu yakini is struggling. Mangithi indlu yakini, I mean your immediate family members, including yourself, you are struggling. But there's this part of the family that you can see, man, things are happening, even if they are not happening that fast, that obvious, but things are moving. You realize ukuthi no man, kababa omncane, kababa omkhulu, kababa ophakathi, ayi man, izinto ziyahamba, ziyamuva kancane kodwa izinto ziyamuva, abantwana bakababa omncane kuphela that are getting married, it's kids from my uncle only that are very successful, they're educated, they're driving nice cars, and everything. On our side, whatever that we try to do, it's in vain. It's just not happening. You've tried everything on the book, to make things to happen and everything. And every time you go for consultation, they tell you there's somebody that has tampered with the ancestors, that the ancestors, they only work for them and their family, immediate family, which means it's this particular family member and their kids, and then you realize things are tough. That's why it took me time. I did do a brief, what I can call it, sorry for this, a brief video long time ago regarding this induce wealth using ancestors, because other topics, actually all the topics are treated the same basically. Most of the topics, it's not something that one can just say, boom. When you're doing this kind of content, you don't just wake up and boom, wait. Because you end up losing direction as somebody that is trying to educate others. So I really need to make a research, ask myself that these are the questions that may provoke when somebody is watching, and let me answer them while they're watching and everything. That's why I get minimum questions when it comes to Gogo. I hear you. What about this? What about this? And I also like it for somebody to watch a video more than once, especially a video that with a topic that interests you, just to find out no, I fully understand Gogo. However, I have this question. Then you can ask in comments. You know that I answer as many questions as possible. It's in me. I like that. I've been advised to do that. I've been encouraged to do that. So I do it. So you will find these family members, they're struggling. And once upon the time, this is a family member that have kids that are really focused. They're focused, they go to school, they listen to their parents, they listen to their family members, they work at home, they are involved, they are hands-on when it comes to things that needs to be done at home and everything. Oh, suddenly, akaphuzi umfaniseni ubuya ngokuzolala. Hayi angikhulumi ke ngoNomusa yena 5 yengane obaba abahlukene and everything. Suddenly that household things go south. Suddenly on that family member, like on that household within umuzi omkhulu kodwa kunendlu lena la izinto vela they just went south. They just went south without knowing what is happening. They try everything. You know, there was maybe one of the sisters, Lobolo was paid for her. You know, they try, whether they stay in the rural, they have livestock, or they stay in the urban area, you know, but life was moving and everything. But all of a sudden, things, they go nasty. They go another direction. Why? That is a question. Koko, why? Koko, why do we find ourselves in such a painful situation whereby you really don't know what to do anymore? And when you go to, most of the time, when you go for consultation, they'll tell you that your ancestors, they want you to take their calling. You know, there was your grandmother, this, you need to do a makobongo, you need to do that, you need to do that, you need to do that. And you are doing that. However, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. You just don't see light at the end of the tunnel. You feel stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck. And then things falls apart. You don't know anymore what to do. You don't know anymore what to do because you have tried it all. There's nothing that you didn't try under the planet or that you were told, this is a problem. But there's this one individual that will always come and say, listen here, I went for consultation. I was told that I need to do something regarding communication with ancestors. Because somebody has tampered with ancestors. As I've said, it's a very sensitive topic because there is a way of talking to ancestors or doing something with your ancestors that won't disturb other family members. However, we always decide, or most of the time, most of the people and most of the time, they decide to take the one that will make others to suffer. That's where the problem is. And I'm not saying, Oguti, all the family members within the family that are wealthy, that things are happening, you know, everything is nice, it's moving and everything. I'm not saying that those people are using muti, they've tampered with ancestors and everything while they're pretending to be these, you know, devoted Christians and everything. I'm not saying that. Don't quote me wrong. Other families are being successful, things are happening because they're focused. That dirty mind, whenever we start something, we finish. You know, the parents are there, they guide their children, they make sure they're micro parenting their kids in a positive way, in the way that it inspires their kids, their focus and everything. And you even find out even when it comes to issues of ancestors, they do what it takes. They listen of what needs to be done. And only to find out your family is struggling because of suddenly you've decided to be Christians. Like we don't do this thing. We don't slaughter here. We don't burn people here. We don't do this. We don't do this. We don't do this. Here we are Christians. I've done a video, check one of my videos, I've done a video whereby a parent will leave their children with the Bible, nothing but the Bible, to say here at home we don't do anything that has to do with ancestors. We follow the Bible. Here it's about Jesus, and that's it. But the same parent will come on a vision to the child or to the grandchild, to the partner, and say, I can't access other ancestors. They say I must go back and ask for forgiveness. Because I can't cross over. Because I've misled my children. I've misled the generation after me because I was lazy to do things for them, for the family. Now you are sent back. So you are as good as just relaxing in your grave. You are not an ancestor. Awuloni dlozi uyithongo ulele. You don't have any. That's why other kids will say, I've never dreamt about my mom. I've never dreamt about my father. I've never dreamt about my grandmother or my grandfather. It's because of, most of the time, or sometimes, it's because of they've misled the family. They left the family with iBhayibheli instead of leaving family nani nempepho. Ukuthi tina, we believe in our ancestors. It's a challenge. Right. There's two types of ways in terms of if you want to get wealthy through your ancestors. And before you choose between the two that I'm going to give you, make sure that you get somebody that is good, that specializes with that. It's not just somebody whom you go to and then they'll raise their hands and say, I can do it. It's a very, 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 very deep ritual. It's a very deep ritual. It's not something that you can wake up in the morning as a healer and do it. There are healers that they specialize on that. So the first step is, before you take it easy, the first step is who specializes with this, because the one that specializes with this will be able to pick up in terms of which ancestor are you going to use, which ancestor that agrees with your request, or which ancestors that agrees with your request. So it's not something just I'll go to across the country or across the ocean, and then and everything. You need somebody that is able to do that. Either the two that I'm going to tell you about, it doesn't matter which one, but you need the one that, which means, as I'm going to give you two examples, you need one that is able to deal with A. You need one that is able to do with B. There are those that are able to do with A and B, but most of the time, they specialize. One will deal with A. The other one I say, no, mina deal ngale kuphela. Right. Those are, one, using your ancestors to get wealthy by stealing luck to other family members. With anything that has to do with luck, this ancestor will go and fetch it and bring it to you, to your family, to you, your wife, to you, your husband, and your children and your grandchildren. Let me repeat it. A, you are performing a ritual whereby you are using your ancestors to induce wealthy by means of taking other people's luck. Spanbani was working well, now is no longer working. Spanbani was doing well at the varsity, she's pregnant. Spanbani was doing that, this happened. Spanbani was doing this happened. That's what's going to happen. That is A. Gogo, what is your recommendation on A? No. No. That is my recommendation. No. Why should you do something that will affect other family members? The next thing you die, they don't know when as a parent what you have done within the family. No, I don't promote that one. B, we need to understand Uguti, the same procedure, but with different results can be performed by just taking out other things within the ritual, and you can do B in terms of you have ancestors that are looking after you, that are doing things for you and your family, without you saying, Uguti, I want everything that has to do with luck to come to me. Rather saying, Uguti, as I'm doing this, other family members must not suffer in my name. That one I support. That one is doable. So it's up to you to choose A or you choose B. My recommendation is B, because you are not tampering with ancestors that are focusing on other family members. However, you are saying, Nami, nendlu yami, sibhekeni, so that things they go accordingly. So that we are all happy at the end of the day. Then you will see, Uguti, you will sleep in peace, rather than going to bed, or you are excited that your brother's kids, they come to you to ask for money for license, to ask for money for food and everything, because of things are not happening. Where now you are happy only to find out most of the time that you are young, you are just getting excited that your siblings, they worship you. They come to you all the time. They call you Poti, but they're not supposed to call you Poti because you are young. But because of you have money and you know what you have done within the family, now you are using that money to even control them physically. Something cannot be done until you are there. Sometimes you are the elders and you have done that, and something cannot be done until you are there. And you know very well that you are going to start somewhere to curse whatever that you are going to do there. By the time you get there, you burn in paper, you talk and everything. Whatever you're talking, you know very well that you're just speaking the vacuum. There are no ancestors in that household. That is not right. But the second one, the B one, it will allow you, you don't have stress. Everybody's happy. Whoever who's not making it in life, it's because of they don't want to. It's because of they're lazy in their own corner, or it's because of their bad luck. Because we all have bad luck and bad luck. So it's up to them what they do, but you know deep inside, Uguti, you have done what it takes to focus on you, and only you is doable. My last advice that you need to know, that ritual, it doesn't come easy, and it doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come easily because you need to get somebody that specializes with that. 2, it doesn't come easily. 3, it's a process. 4, it's a process that needs you to be patient when it's done, because it's not something that you can think about it overnight and go and do it and everything. 1, fanele kube khona isimo somhlahlo wedlozi, to get ukuthi who can we use. And others, they go to an extent that they will go to the graveyards at night, at midnight, and then they will tell you, they'll put something on your eyes, and they will tell you, Uguti, we're going to open your eyes where you are going to see the light. That's a grave that we are going to use. So now you go and fetch a total different sister. You are Umbata, and now you go and you're going to fetch Ukumalo. And you're going to use Ukumalula. And that Khumalo is going to make sure ukuthi other family members within the Mbatha family, they come to him. That's why you find your kids, they'll rather respect and worship friends outside, other elder people outside. They will do what it takes at next door to wash cars, do that there, do that there. They are so hands-on in doing things outside their home because their ancestors, the line of ancestors have been diverted to the Khumalos. Maybe I should do a video one day about that, about just that part. At which point does Mbatha use Khumalo? It does happen. Today, I was just talking about A and B. A is the one that makes other family members to suffer. Don't do that in Choose Wealthy. It's dangerous. And it hurts. And most of the time, you're going to die with it. But the second one, which is B, you're saying, ancestors also, all those who are clean. Also look at us, take care of us in this family, and we will make sure that everything that you do, that you need, it's done. That's why you find many family members, they are so involved in making sure there's a ceremony that needs to be done, Usbanibani passed on, there's a ceremony that needs to be done. They are just hands-on in terms of making sure that things are done, so that they don't leave things undone, unpacked, things just sitting just there, not knowing what to do, and then kids gets to do this and that and that and that. Auntie Usha number 1 Luke Smith, please make sure that you save, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. It's going to help many people, and it's going to answer many questions to say. That's why whenever I go and do consultation, they say, do you perform rituals of ancestors? And I say yes. They say, but your ancestors are not responding. I'm able to send a person back to say, go and bath with this Muti at home and make another appointment. For now, I cannot see anything. Because I cannot just say I see things while I'm not seeing anything. I need to be honest with you. Others, they understand. Others, they don't understand. But those that understand, they will come back and say, yes, I'm back. And then when we check, then we know that we have now bypassed diverting. We are able to see or to hear what the ancestors are requiring from you. That's why it is very, very, very important. This is impepho spice that we've made with omunye makhosi that you'll know very soon that we've made. This one, you just take a little bit. We tell a pes wempepho. It makes your ancestors to hear you, no matter how they are switched off. They will hear you, and they will do something. Obviously, it's done via other things. You know, there are other things that are involved in terms of other rituals that are involved, in terms of unlocking everything that has to do with the locked ancestors. So don't forget, we still have the book is still available that will assist you in terms of ancestral prayer or Phahla. It's still available at the office. It's only $100 and then 60 Rand for PEP Korea. You know, when you phone the office, just get that PEXI number with you so that when you make an order, you know very well that you have all the information that's required. This book is available. This book is going to help you a lot. We spoke about issue of imbiza to men in closing. I know this is not a video for imbiza. I would recommend men to start with this imbiza, because this one, Uzi for Zonke, cleans the system in general. Then you deal with this one that deals with something in general. Sarwazen dot Kokubatin Bata, Umavula Valim Sinamaima dot, Auntie Usha. That's what I have for you today. Till next video, next time. Please continue sending suggestions in terms of videos that you want us to discuss. Somebody today just proposed that we do a video in terms of Gogo. Why is it difficult for one to date if they have a calling? Why is it difficult? It's like dating somebody with a calling. There's always fights. There's always fights. You will always fight and everything. But it needs one of you. It needs one of you. And I will ask men to do that. With questions card, you must remember, we are not dealing with an individual that is going alone. That woman that you're dealing with, unabantu abaphezu kwakhe abahamba naye and everything. Sometimes amakehla, and then asibona ngathi nobabili ngamadoda. So that topic will be done. I will go very deep with that topic. Definitely to be done this week. And thank you very much for suggesting it. Saraga Sendot. Chozan.